¿Qué pasó, YouTube? Alright, so I got home early today. First, really quick, I want to say thank you to all of you that sent your positive vibes, your healing energy. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. My daughter is doing a lot better since Friday. It was a tough week for sure. She's a tough little girl, but yeah, so today we have an appointment. That's why I got home early. And so we'll get our test results today. And we're just hoping for the best. But like I said, she's doing a lot better. Since Friday, she's been doing a lot better. But yeah, it was a tough week for both her and us. So I just want to get the day started with something colorful, something beautiful. And I don't think I've ever done a garden tour of the front yard. I don't have much up here, just evergreens, but I got a couple of perennials that I like to show you and some things that have not bloomed yet. So let's get started. And again, a big thank you to all of you that commented. All right, so up here I got Dianthus. So each one, there's two, and they make a nice little round ball. Love it. Got the Russian sage right there coming up. The daylilies on each side. The Boxwoods. The geranium, the Max Ray geranium. The little toad pot thing. And the geraniums are doing what I wanted them to do, which was go onto the walkway. And right here, more daylilies. Another little frog. A rock. Two more Dianthus. So I'll be getting more of these. I've been saying that for the past 2 years. And put them over here. I've been looking for them, but I can't find them. I found similar ones, but not the same ones. So I'll just keep looking. Or maybe I'll go on the internet or something. All right, my snow fountain. Boxwoods. I haven't mulched up here. I mulched in the back, but not here. And more Dianthus. Another Max Frey right there. A daylily right there. I had a Gara right here it didn't make it because I transplanted it from the back, and I took forever last fall, transplanting things. So that's why I didn't make it. But I got there another geranium. And both of those and a couple that I have in the back came from this one. So this one I had up at the front. I think my in-law gave me that one. And I decided to plant it here, and it's doing really good. So right here I have this bloodgood, which it sucks because for whatever reason, maybe in the winter time. So you see this branch, I'm trying to train it to go upright. So if I don't do that, it flops down. For whatever reason, these branches do not come back. And that sucks. So the leader is dead for whatever reason. So either I'll prune it or I'll try and train another branch to be the leader. We'll see, but it sucks that is not alive. Kind of pissed off too because, I didn't do anything wrong to it. I didn't overwater it. I didn't do anything. Probably from the nursery. I don't know. But whatever. Right here, just got the Boxwoods. And you see I got a mess. Finally, my rhododendron are blooming. Finally. And I think it's because, so this is the north side. Over there, last year they removed, where you see that new mobile home, they removed some tall trees. So now they get some morning sun and like late afternoon sun. But I'm gonna do a video on those in case people ever buy them. I found a couple of things that I think are interesting. Like you see, these are not blooming. That'll be a separate video. So those are the yellow leucostrife. All those back there. And I thought I had gotten rid of all the ones that were here because I divided them last year, I believe, or the year before that, I can't remember. But they came back over here. But I like them, so whatever. And my deck, it needs some TLC. And then I'll be plopping some annuals underneath the blood goods, the maples. Got the little chickens, the geraniums. This up here is my favorite spot up here in the front yard. I wanted this to be my fun little spot. So I got the geraniums down here. And you can see it's spreading. I plopped in a sedum last fall. Right here I got this hydrangea from a job like 2 years ago. I think I'm gonna finally get blooms. I never cut it, so I think it was about 2 years ago when I first got started in landscaping. So if it does not bloom for me this year, I'm just gonna replace it. So you better bloom, little girl. So we'll see. So I got these Nandina, the heavenly bamboo. They are invasive, but I put them in here for some winter interest. And I got a couple. I know how tall they get, but I don't know. It's my house, so I can, take care of any pruning that's needed. And these tall phlox, these woodland phlox, are looking amazing. Look at that. That's a thumbnail right there. They look gorgeous. So I got these last late spring. I saw them off of the side of the road. I got off. I took a couple clumps. There was no one around. It wasn't really they were just off of the side of the road. There was no houses. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some to my house and let them do their thing. And they look awesome. It's like when I get home, like right now, even though I haven't mulched and I haven't edged, I haven't done anything up here, it's like, you want your house to, when you get home, you want to say like, hell yeah, like, this is my house, my little house. Might not be amazing, but all the colorful plants, it lifts your spirits. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think any gardener can relate to what I'm saying. Even if you're not a gardener, landscaping is just everything. I don't care if you don't like gardening. Having a nice, tidy garden beds, it's everything. Look at those phlox. Come on, people. Call me biased, but I love my little plants. And I know all you do too. My boxwoods, I've never pruned them. I don't plan on pruning them, or I've never sheared them. I don't plan on shearing them. I'll probably end up pruning them here and there, but I like the natural look. And who wants to do all that trimming every year? Every like 2 or 3 times a year? Not me. At least not in my house. I'm not getting paid for that. All right, so Dianthus, Daily right there. Right here, I got a couple little Nandina. One leucostrife that I guess I didn't take out from last year. Rain gold, another rhododendron, door spruce. I gotta address this. I gotta clean it up. Then those I'm gonna take to the back of the house. And I got some weeds in there. And then someone gave me some sunflower seeds, so I'm gonna pop those in the back too. Right here I got daylilies that are now starting to bloom. Russian sage. But yeah, this is my front yard. And then this hydrangea is also that I got like 2 years ago along with the other one. This one, I don't think I'll get blooms this year. We'll see. I don't think so. But I'm hoping I get blooms on the other one. If I don't, I'm just gonna replace them. Then right here, these are rows of Sharon that I put in here. This one I think is dead. And then, I don't know. We'll see. Then you see I got a weed growing under my house. I gotta address this spot. These, I'm gonna take to the back of the house. Up here I got a row of Laripe. I just kind of want them to go onto the timber things. Give it some color. And I don't have to weed whack. And then right there, I gotta address that. I took out that knockout yesterday. This is a rose of Sharon that I got from this big one. It's still green, but it hasn't leafed out. Probably because I took out all the, like I cut some of the roots off. You see my Laripe? They'll eventually look nice. Right now onto the colorful backyard, our little oasis. Check out my Astilbe. They're doing really good. We'll see if they can put up with the harsh summer heat. So far so good though. And they're getting their flower buds right there. Exciting. And you can see I mulched yesterday. My dappled willow cuttings. So a couple weeks ago they were up to here, I believe, and now, you know, it's like a good 6 inches or so, 6-7 inches. And right here, my festuca grass are making. They're letting you know that this is a walkway. You know, it's honestly, I did not expect this. I did not expect them to look like this. I remember googling pictures, but I don't know, I didn't expect this, and I love it. I love it. They got these little flower heads. So like I said, I didn't expect them to be this big. So they're kind of hiding my Laripe. So those will eventually, I'll be moving around. I got 3 of them. Yeah, knockouts looking beautiful. That is a lilac cuttings from last year, I think. And the knockout that I showed you a couple minutes ago, I got a really small root ball last year, so yesterday I took it out and I replaced it with this one. And so I did a cutting from this knockout right here. This is a cutting and it's alive, so later on I'll just transplant that one over here. I'll take this one out, put it elsewhere, or use it for someone else. We'll see. And then this is the Gara. I'm excited for this to be blooming soon, which it already is blooming, but you see all these, there'll be blooms. It's gonna look beautiful. I love this plant, this little perennial. Last year was my first year with that, so I'm excited for that. This is also the Gara. I don't see any buds on there yet. We'll see. I tested a lot of these perennials last fall. I like testing things, you know, like we gotta experiment. My other dappled willow cuttings. And like I said in the other video, like a couple weeks ago, I'm gonna train them onto the entrance. And then when they eventually fill in, I'm gonna shear them to the sides of the pillars. So that should look, I'm excited for that. It should be interesting. So I'll be training them, shearing them. I'm gonna train them onto the top of that. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let me talk to you about these little mini knockouts. So I saw them early spring at Lowe's last year. I didn't get them. I wasn't ready to buy them yet. I went back in the autumn time. They weren't there. They didn't have any. I went to Home Depot. They didn't have any. So out of all the places, I was about to give up, and I finally went to the Walmart nursery, and that's where they had them. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I don't know about your Walmart nurseries, but the Walmart nurseries here in my area, I think they suck. They got a sucky selection. So, but I found them there, and so yeah, they look really nice, I think. And nice and bright and red. And then there's the other taller knockout, looking beautiful. All right, here I got this black-eyed Susan. I'm not sure if this is the dwarf one or not, but the leaves are a little bit more different compared to the one over there. That one is well, both of them. That one was here when we moved here. I took some clumps out of it, but I'm gonna keep it there. This one was on the side of the house, and last fall I plopped it in here, and so we'll see. And right here is a Max Frey geranium that I put in there yesterday. Same with that one right there. So yesterday I got them from the nursery. I was in a hurry. I was looking for geranium Roseanne. Oh, which is finally blooming. It wasn't blooming yesterday. But right here, this is geranium Roseanne. It's starting to bloom. So I was looking for geranium Roseanne, and I was in a hurry, and I got the wrong ones. I got the Max Frey. So the geranium Roseanne was supposed to go in there, then another one in there. And so I had two over here, two geranium Roseanne that did not make it. I had one right here and the other one right here. You see I got the little tag right there. Cranesbill Roseanne. For whatever reason, they didn't make it. So later on I'll buy them. But yeah, I got the wrong ones. So my Max Frey that I put in here last fall, they're doing really nice. This one right here is I took a clump from the one in the front yard. It's doing really good. More Laripe. My what do you call this? My lilac was in full bloom a couple weeks ago. It smelled amazing. It did not look as good as last year when it was before I transplanted it, but probably because I cut some of the branches off when I transplanted it. But it'll look nicer next year. But yeah, it smelled really nice. And the Euonymus right here. And like I said in the first video, I'm gonna train it. It's going this way. I'm gonna train it and to go around the this decoration piece thing, which is a part of my railing from my steps. So that looks good right now. All right, now let me show you my shade garden. All right, so here's all the shade-loving perennials. 3 heuchera down here. Then my I got 5 astilbe that are now budding up. So this astilbe was also here when we moved here, It was at the front yard. Then I moved it to the side of the yard underneath my bridal Spirea. I never got to see them bloom because I wasn't watering them, but I finally found a permanent spot for them. So last year, or whenever it was, I think in 2020 is when I divided them into 3. And last year I divided them into 5. And these things are tough. Like I said, I took forever to plant a lot of these perennials back here because I was so busy. And this one right here was like that big. Like it was almost poof, gone. And now it's coming back with a vengeance. So these little guys are tough. Like most of them were like that big. Maybe one of them was, a little bit bigger, but yeah. So then there's one right here. I think it's part of this one. Maybe it's making its way under. Or do they self-seed? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But if you know, let me know. This is an autumn fern. It got its new foliage. This one I divided in half last year. And then I believe that one was the one I also divided in half. So they're coming back. So they're evergreen. They make it through the winter, and then they just die for like a month or whatever. And now they finally got their nice little orangey bronze foliage, which I love. There's a daylily I transplanted from my mother's house a couple weeks ago. Not daylily, plantain lily. I forgot to spread that mulch right there. And then these hostas were one giant hosta that I divided. I got that one like 2 years ago from a job that I did. There's another autumn fern. This one I did not divide. I left it alone. That's why it's bigger than the other ones. Another plantain lily. Mulch just makes everything look so manicured, so nice. And so right here is where I left space for my wheelbarrow. So I go in between the festuca grasses with my one-wheeled wheelbarrow and then just throw the mulch or whatever. But like a true gardener, I want to fill it in with something. So I'll put the geraniums, the roseannes in there, and then we'll see what else I buy. So a couple weeks ago, my maple was a little more like up to there. I gotta clip off some of the bottom ones. So I believe I showed you guys when I was sitting down here in that one video, and I could like reach up. And I could, this wasn't here. Now it's like in my face. Especially if I sit straight up. It's just, I gotta clip some of these off. But I love sitting here, not only because it's comfortable, but once I prune these off, I get a view of everything. I love seeing all the little colorful perennials. Rain gold right here, more Max Frey, another Stilby, the winterberry right there. This Max Frey is part of a little clump that I got from the front yard. Check that out. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That's a thumbnail. Beautiful. Mwah. All right, got my winterberry right here. The gold mops that these have gone through a lot. I've had them for like three years or whatever, since 2019, fall of 2019. I finally got a permanent home for them. These are slate, these rocks I got from a job, and I think they work nicely. These there's the male holly. View from over here. This video is now at 25 minutes. Wow. Alright, so there you see the little liripe moving this way. There's the sedum. Behind it is a gara right here. I don't see it budding up yet. There's the black-eyed Susan. There's a gara in there, but I don't think it made it. Like I said, it was alive. There's a leaf right there, but I remember it being alive a couple weeks ago, and now it didn't come back. I don't do much watering. Probably should, but I remember watching a video for the gara. I believe their lifespans are 3 to 5 years. And from what I recall is they're expensive. They're like, if I recall, they're like 30 bucks. And with good reason, because they're a little beautiful little perennial. I popped in a winterberry right there. Those are a dwarf sprite winterberry. Then I gotta prune up my butterfly bush. So I'll be doing that later on. My red Spirea is budding up. Sundrop Spirea also budding up. I love this little perennial or shrub. And my geraniums finally decided to bloom and show up. So they're the Max Frey. I kind of knew they were gonna be, because they have the same leaves and they were evergreen, so I was right. The dwarf bloomerangs, one right here and one behind the hydrangea tree, are now they were in full bloom a couple weeks ago, along with the other lilac, and they looked really nice. And the Pinky Winky that I'm training into a tree. So those two I divided. And in the first video I said that I've been wanting a Pinky Winky, and I went to Home Depot. It was the last one. I got it on clearance, and lucky me, I was able to divide it and train both of them onto a tree. So, and then this one is a summer sweet hydrangea. It's a white blooming. That one I bought 2 years ago. I got little maple seedlings that I might take out later on. Then right there you see where I cut it. Then I gotta cut this one off so I can train it into a tree. But yeah, this bed will be, well, the Pinky Winky will eventually be taller. They'll be filled in. They'll be gorgeous. I'm excited for that. The Sundrop, the red Spirea, another winterberry, and then another butterfly bush. So this side was the side that I transplanted. That's why that side is so much bigger than this side. And then right here, it's another gara that did not make it. Like I said, it took forever to plant a lot of this stuff. And my in-law gave my wife this hydrangea, and it's a little hydrangea tree. So turns out my wife loves hydrangeas. I'm like, who gave you that? She's like, my mom. I'm like, do you know what that is? She's like, no. I'm like, so why'd you get it? Or why'd she get it for you? And my wife's like, because I love those. I'm like, you do know I have like 3 in the back, right? I don't know, I thought that was funny, but I'm gonna find a home for this. You can see she wasn't watering it, so I brought it out here 2 days ago, and so yeah, I'll be getting it in somewhere soon. Black-eyed Susan, the Nepeta, Black-eyed Susan, the Iris, the Euonymus cuttings right here, and then Rose of Sharon that I'm training into a tree. Those I also got from the big one over there. I'm going on 30 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. But I want to document to see how fast things grow, or how they fill in. All right, so these are Lucis strife. They're now, since the first video, they're a lot bigger. And so I divided them last year. So last year was my second year dividing them. So like I said, I'm learning their habits, their growth rate, all that. Rose of Sharon little guy that I put in there. I think it's a holly that I got from a job. It's most of it is dead, but it'll live. The dwarf arborvitae. What is it? Little dwarf arborvitae, little giant. If you know what these are they vincas? Like a type of vinca? If you know what they are, let me know. I don't even know where I got them, or when I got them, or who gave them to me. All right, so in this raised bed I have check out that nasty weed. It grows under the shed. If I go out into the lawn, you can see it. It's so invasive. That's why it's growing under there. I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna do something with it. So right here I have 4 purple Lucis strife in the back, 3 sedum, the 2 roses, 2 crepe myrtles, dwarf crepe myrtles. I was told they were Bourbon Street crepe myrtles. I got them from a job, and this crepe myrtle has not leafed out, but I got plenty more of those, so if it doesn't make it, I'll put another one in there. There's the other dwarf crepe myrtle. You can see it's leafed out. The Lucis strife in the back, the sedum, the black-eyed Susan. There's another black-eyed Susan back there. I'm hoping they can make their way through like all the foliage and through the trellis thing. I think that looked nice, so we'll see. And then there's two-tone like rose. I don't know much about roses. Is it like a hybrid rose or something? But I'm hoping I can train it onto the trellis thing. And then this one is a Princess Charlene de Monaco. It's got a nice citrusy scent. I like it a lot. And the only reason why I know the name is because it's got a tag right there under there. My in-law gave me both of these. So this one has a upright, like narrow habit. So we'll see if I can train it to get up there. And then there's another black-eyed Susan right here. All right, moving this way, I just got a bunch of perennials that I stuck in there. You see I got some pots that were having a hard time because I don't water them. So in here I don't gotta water them. And then I just throw my clippings and my weeds all in there. Those 2 peonies, they're still in the pots. I've had them in pots for 2 years now. They have this one has like little buds on them where it had. I don't think they'll bloom this year. So like I said, I don't water them in their pots because I'm lazy and I don't got time. And then there's the lawn clippings, which I probably won't do that. I'm afraid they might kill them for whatever reason, because you never know what sprays are in the lawn. But then a bunch of stuff that I just plopped in there. And I'll probably put the sunflower that someone gave me, I'll put them back here. 3 little hostas around the maple. And I believe that is it. This is a long video, I'm sorry. If you're still watching, well, thanks for watching, and thanks for all your positive comments towards my daughter. I'll see ya, YouTube. And let me show you over here my mess. I still gotta paint this. My dogwood was gorgeous this year, and then you see I got a mess right here. And I got a bunch of oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, is this like another woodland fox or something? So this one was here when we moved here. There's a couple, and it's like a bluish color. So I mean, it's got like the phlox type leaves, so it's gotta be right. So I'll probably transplant that. We'll see what I do with it. And I got a bunch of little maples in there, and then a bunch of dogwoods and crepe myrtles and spirea. And then the big spirea. But yeah, besides my mess, my little backyard is looking beautiful. And here's my ongoing project that will probably get done never. But that's it, YouTube. I'll see you. Peace out. Have a good one.